Alright guys, what's up? Welcome to what was known as Rosherville Gardens in Gravesend. I'm standing on top of the cliff looking down on what it would have been. Now I know what you're going to wonder. You're going to wonder what's so special about that. Aha! Well, I shall explain more in a minute. Currently though, I'm standing on the steps that would have led down to part of Rosherville Gardens. He's one of only two remaining bits left of Rosherville Gardens. It's a bit windy today because obviously I'm standing right on top of a cliff, but as you can see, some of the structure just about remains. So let's go down without tripping over. Ooh, look at that. So basically what this was a Victorian style gardens, very fanciful gardens. There was a bear pit and just a massive sort of place where people could chill out, you know, and enjoy. It was mostly people from London that would come on their holidays down here. They come down from the Thames and they go to the first point of contact, which is what I'm going to show you in a minute. Now both places are the only two things that survived from this, and they're both grade 2 listed, so they are going to be kept in really, well, I won't say good condition, but they're going to be left alone until people like me come along. And this, like I said, is the only other part of it. So there's another part which I'm going to tell you about in a minute, and we're going to say too much about that and this. And these are the steps that would have led down as one of the entrances. And when I go down to the other place, I'm going to tell you more about it. But first, for the purposes of everyone else, let's get out a torch. It's sort of semi-dark down there. Ooh. It's very cool. So let's go. It's part of the original handrail. What's actually quite disconcerting, which I didn't really realise, is that the steps are very, very uneven. Hence the need for a handrail. But how incredible is this? Again, I was going to bring my big torch, but one of these will do, won't they? It'll be fine. Just walking down now. So pretend that I was some Victorian London aristocrat with lots of money to spend coming down here on holiday. Obviously it wouldn't have been this dark down here. And the other thing that they did found, like I was talking about before, was a bear pit. That's, but they would have literally held bears. In fact, part of the structure is actually below over there in that part of the gardens. And it's very interesting. So looking up, look at that. You can actually see how sort of semi-uneven the steps are. That's because we're right in we're right in the quarry, and this was actually chalk lined anyway. This is sort of chalk pit anyway that was used anyway. Oh, there we go. Got to be very careful. It's awfully slippery down here. You can see standing on the edge. Let me hold on to this. Not that it's going to do me any comfort. Through, so it would have gone all the way down there, and yeah, pretty cool little bit of history, which I love. And I like the fact that everything is still here. So in these little bits here, well, those slots would have held sort of sculptures or statues, and obviously they're not here anymore. But fascinating little place. And you would have been able to, so the gardens would have been all around here, which is Creek Road. So it would have been all around here. All this, which is now been demolished because this was Henley's factory. All of that would have been now what is and what remains. So absolutely incredible. Look. My camera works a bit dodgy. I do apologise today. Lack of coffee yet again. Not good. Yeah, I mean it's not that steep, but I mean there's no need for me to go down there today, because as you people probably know, there's another reason why I'm here anyway, because there's another video somewhere incredibly special which I'm going to do at a later date, just because I wanted to do something a little bit smaller today. So here we go, look. The fact that like a handle is still here and it's like, you know, you can see it's sort of run into chalk. It's amazing. Oh, turn it on. It's actually quite dark actually when you switch it off, look. So, hang on, light on, light off. Light on. I mean, it's not that big, you know. When we're not talking sort of, this is epically huge, but it's just really nice. It's something a lot of people, especially living in Gravesend, probably wouldn't even know about. All I would say though, like I said, is that the steps are very uneven. So if you do get a chance to come down here, just be wary. Anyway, we're coming out now. Look. Oh. And I mean, that is the cliff's edge right down there. Slightest gust of wind could easily take me over. And here we are again. So all your Londoners would have come where that orange ship is over there. And it would have come back this way though, so not the way that ship's going the opposite way. It would have come down here, parked up over there, parked up in a ship, mind. Finger of Doom, because that is still Henley's. It's one of the last bits of Henley's that still remains over there. Finger of Doom. And beyond that, just around the corner, is where we're going to next. I mean, it's hard to imagine, but it was really big, the gardens. Absolutely incredible and fascinating. So I will see you soon. Alright guys. Sorry, before I say goodbye, just so you guys get to look properly. Incredible. Lovely bits of architecture. Even though nothing really remains of it now, but the small bits that are there are lovely. I mean look, just looking down into it. Bit of wind, sorry about that. Right, spot number 2, let's go, bye! Right guys, so this is the other building I was mentioning about Rosherville Gardens. This was really cool. This was the entrance point to the actual gardens itself. It's actually primarily going to be used for Rosherville New Town, I think it was going to be called. There was actually going to be a place called Rosherville here, but it didn't work out. And here you go. So the idea would have been that people from London coming from that way would have come all the way down here, and there would have been a wooden pier that would have stretched right out across here. And stand on the edge. there's nothing of that remains, obviously, because it was a wooden pier. But here you go, and then you would have turned around and you would have walked across this pier. So imagine there would have been like a wooden pier coming out here, coming from your steamboat that probably would have taken you here on your beautiful holiday trip. And you would have come down here, would have walked up to this pleasant little thing here, and there would have been like a cafe or a place here, like an entrance sort of station point here, and then it would have come up and you would have walked up here. Up those steps. In fact, there's another set over here, as you can see. Ignore that building there for a second. There you go, and so then those sort of two pillars there would have marked out where you would have came up from. So you just imagine that. So imagine these big steamships, think we're doing, coming down here, wooden pier, out there, you would have disembarked, came down here, walked up or had a coffee or whatever. And there you go. How amazing is that? Now, why did this place collapse? Interesting question, I hear you ask. Why? Why isn't it here anymore? Why is Rosherville Gardens not here anymore, Dan? Come on, tell me why. Industry really is the predominant thing. The invention of the railway pretty much put it out of commission. So no longer did you have the need to come via steamboat or boat. You would have been going to railways, and then but the reason for that is that the railways would have taken you further, so people then could have gone to Margate. Why you'd want to go there, I don't know. Margate, Ramsgate, you would have gone to all those beautiful coastal towns back then, Southend, etc, etc. So the trains were basically just sort of like plucking you even further out into proper beaches and stuff, because let's be honest, Gravesend doesn't really have a beach, does it? But there you go. Well, this is grade 2 listed as well, although you couldn't really tell because it's not that sort of, well, pretty much all the steps have been sort of pulled up really from the top end. But there you go, the amazing story of Rosherville Gardens in a very condensed format. And the only two things that survive is this and the cliff top entranceway that's up the top right over there. That's pretty much it, guys. So I could tell you more information about this place if you wanted to hear that, but I'm not going to, because this is also used as a couple of other things after the gardens weren't in use. But there you go. And if you want to know the answer to how badly it smells, it stinks. Quick interesting story actually. When about 7 years ago, we used to come down here a few times and we never knew really what this was. And when you're here, you automatically assume that something like that's like a submarine pen. But it was what they called a draw lock. Yeah, it was a draw lock. Basically what that was that boats could be brought in and then rested up on the dock, so you could have actually brought it in and it could have sort of stayed there. Interesting bit of information for you there. Sorry for my pronunciation. But there you go, so the fascinating story of Rosherville Gardens and the only two surviving locations that are there. So there you go, quick look round, there's a boat coming in, amazing. Let's have a look at that boat quickly. Yes, and you're right, over there is Essex. Tilbury to be precise. For another video yet again. Giving away too many secrets on these videos of where I'm going or where I've been. because as you all know, I've been doing this for over, Jesus, 14 years now. 14 years of being an urban explorer. Sad life that I lead. But only the past few years of me actually recording this stuff. So there you go, sad but true. I will shut up now and let you watch the boat. And you can pretend it was full of Victorians. I'll zoom in anymore, let's do that. Delightful. Zoom out. One more look inside here. That's such an eerie sound, that. I'm impressed by how much garbage there is over there. I'll let you look. Look at all that crap. Amazing. Dead bodies, you name it. It is Gravesend after all. There we go. People are going to look at me and they're going to think I'm going to suicide. So look, there you go. See where it splits up, so it would have gone right underneath my feet and then through. There you go. Alright, enough about boats. I will see you very soon, guys. Hope they didn't bore you too much. Bye.